Hey there guys, welcome back to GeekSmart. Here I am with another product setup tutorial, and this is on the Portal Wi-Fi system. I'm going to obviously do, this is going to pertain to people that have a single portal or have multiple portals. I'm going to be setting up two of them. The first setup is going to be for the single part, and then you add on a second one if you have it. So if you just have the one, obviously once you get to that point in the video, you're good to go. If you want to continue and actually see how to set up more than one, this video will continue, and you'll see the second one as well. So what comes with it, and what do we need? So obviously you're going to get the Portal router. The Portal router has multiple LAN connections on it, wide area connection, which is what you plug into your modem. Power, obviously, a couple USB ports if you want to share a printer, things like that. I'm not really going to go into the USB setup, but you can do that, and it's fairly simple as well. You can share storage or printers. It does come with the power cable. So the power cable looks like this. There is a small power brick that's going to be in the lower section, so you'll need a power plug available on, well, preferably on a surge protector of some kind that will accommodate that. And Ethernet cable. It does come with this Ethernet cable, which is a black one, but I already have mine connected from my router to from my modem to where I'm going to place the router. I always kind of use that same one because it is a newer one. So, but yes, it does come with one, so you're good to go there. Instructions, pretty basic. First, they're going to tell you here what the different ring color means. So the O in the Portal logo is the light indicator to tell you what's going on with the actual router itself. If it's red, it's not connected to the internet. If it's blue, it's connected. If it's green, connected to the internet with fast lanes and smart lanes. And blue blinking is updating the router. So if it's actually blinking, you just don't touch it, right? What I will say is when you actually plug it in for the first time, it can take a while for it to be ready, because when it connects to the internet for the first time, it may actually have updates, things like that. So just to let you know, before you even start setting up, you got to wait for that light indicator to go green. The app will walk you through it. So what does it say? It says right here, power off your modem and connect the Portal to the modem. Wait 30 seconds to power on both of them at the same time. Basically, you're trying to reset the modem itself so that it can actually reconnect, and then the Portal will connect there. Wait for the O light to turn green, which means it can take up to 10 minutes. So all we do is once we plug it in, we just wait. It can take a good 10 minutes. It really can. For everything to come back up and good to go. And then either go to the Portal app or visit portalwifi.com /app to download the app. You can also go to myportalwifi.com through a web browser, but we're going to go through the app setup today because that tends to be the easiest and what most people will go through anyway. So we're going to go step by step, and we're going to start by setting and getting it over and plugged into the modem. So here I am where I'm going to be actually placing the router itself and my modem, where I keep my modem. I have the modem unplugged, so there is no power going to that. There is obviously nothing plugged into here yet. I already have the power cable ran, so I have the power right here to plug into it. And then this is the actual Ethernet cable that was plugged into my modem. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that directly into the wide area network, or the WAN port on the back. I'm going to actually plug the power into the modem first, so that gets up and running. Sometimes it takes the modem a little while for it to actually connect. If you have any local area network connections, you can plug those in now. So since I'm up here, I'm going to go ahead and plug those in. I have a few different items that are hardwired in. So I have 3 different things there. So get those 3 things plugged in, so they're good to go. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug the power in. So once I plug the power in, you'll see the light on the O of the Portal logo will actually light up. So there is power going to it. There's the red telling me that it's right now it's just telling me that it's restarting. And then that Portal logo will change colors depending on what's going on. So we play the waiting game now. We're going to wait for that color right there to go green. And it's not going to go green. The modem will have to reconnect completely. And then once this resets and make sure everything is good to go, it will go green. Once this goes green, that's when you go on to the next step. So we play the waiting game, and we're going to fast forward. I'm just going to stop the video here, and we'll wait for that to go green. But don't touch the modem. Let it do its thing. I mean, obviously, if it takes a long time, like a half hour or something, that's a little bit different, and I would check the modem, but we're going to wait for that to go green. All right, so the Portal logo is now green. Everything's connected on the modem mode, but this is green, so we're good to go ahead and continue on setup. Mine did not take 10 minutes. It probably took a good 3 or so, but that was mainly on the modem's part. It was just sometimes it takes a couple hits for it to actually fully connect. But that's it. We're good to go, so we'll continue on. Okay, so we are here. This is my iPad. I'm trying to keep it so it's easiest to see it. Same app actually on the iPhone, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the Portal app. And this is where we're going to start. So you can download this on the App Store or on Google Play. Just search Portal Wi-Fi. It should come right up to the top. All right, so we started up the app, and we're going to go ahead and do the setup. Since obviously we're setting it up. Here's what we'll need, which we already do. Unplug the modem power, which we already did. Connect the modem to the Portal on the WAN port. Plug in modem and Portal. And let's see if while we find the Portal around you. Hit next. Sure, why not? Share my location, that's fine. Alright, so while it tries to locate the Portal, which it should locate on its own, might take a moment here. Now it's pairing to the Portal. Obviously you can read, but otherwise it's an awkward silence, right? Alright, Portal's paired success, you are online. So let's customize here. We're going to name my network. We're going to name it Schuster, because that's me. Password, I'm going to probably pause here a second to put my password in. Okay, so all I did was enter the password, and we'll hit apply, and now it's going to save those settings over to the Portal, and I'm sure the Portal probably is going to have to restart for a moment. It'll take a few moments to actually restart and get everything up and going, and once it does that, I'll be right back. All right, so it came up with the green little check mark, and now we're going to go ahead and actually connect to the Wi-Fi itself, so we can actually do that. Your network is that, and we'll hit home. Well, yeah, sure, you can send me notifications. So let me go ahead and double check to make sure that I am actually connected to it. Let's go back here to the settings. Should automatically connect. And there it's connecting, because it already has. I named it the exact same and put the same password in I had before, so I don't even have to re-enter my passwords. All right, so we're back to the Portal app. Within the app itself, you can see this is the Portal. It'll tell you how many devices are connected. So I have 8 devices that are already connected and pulling internet off of the actual Portal. That'll actually change as more devices connect. Obviously, if you have Wi-Fi devices that, if you're using the same SSID as your previous router and password as your previous router, things will automatically connect over Wi-Fi as they try to re-establish that connection. So that number will actually change. Within the app, it's fairly simple what we can actually change. So we can go to the settings here, change check upgrades, restart network. You can look at that. You can even remove as admin there as well. Let's see if I actually connect here. I can see the name, operating channels that are actually currently operated at. I can turn on the web GUI, which is off by default. I'm turning that on because I actually like using that web GUI because there's a lot more things you can do through that than you can't do through the app. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Let's see how it's in here. Yep. It's probably going to take a few moments for that to hit. Separate networks, so you can actually separate it. So rather than having one SSID, you can have the 2.4 or the 5 gigahertz SSIDs separated. Compatibility mode, if you have newer stuff, you can turn on a compatibility mode if you're having issues or anything like that. There's beamforming, which I like having on, so I'm going to turn that on as well. Turn off wireless security. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's go back here into internet settings. You can turn on a bridge mode. So if you're not going to use it as your standard router and just going to use it as a bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and apply those changes as well. And that's basically what you can do through the app. It is definitely more constricted in terms of what you can do through the app than what you can do through the online access through the web GUI. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that next. Okay, so here I'm in Safari on my iPad, and I'm just going to go to myportalwifi.com. that's the web GUI, and that's how we get to that. So myportalwifi.com. Just hit enter. As long as you're on the network, it'll pop up. The password, which is not going to be my old saved password, to start is just password. So obviously you're going to want to change that password once you get in there. Nope, I'm not going to save it into my keychain. So now we're actually in my portal, and I can actually see a lot more things. As you can see here, there's a lot more capability and a lot more things you can actually pinpoint and change and stuff like that. So under status, we can see how many devices are connected. We can see the wide area network. We can see everything about everything. The spectrums, the channels, the router information, and attached devices. Attached devices are going to tell you how many devices are actually connecting, and of course how they're connecting. So as it loads and actually brings up the list of what's currently connecting, wired versus wireless. So yeah, and then the 5 gigahertz wireless as well. Wireless configuration obviously is exactly that. You can actually enable dual SSID, one for each channel. You can create your guest SSID if you want to turn on the guest mode, things like that. Wide area network stuff, local area network. You can change the IP address of your local area network and your range if you'd like to. Dynamic DNS. You can enable that. There's a service, VLAN service. There's a firewall that you can actually add rules to. So for port filtering, things like that, in all those, you can do all those here. There's universal plug and play. Static routing, you can create that. So if there's specific things that you want to route. VPN, if you actually have a VPN, you actually use a VPN, you can add that directly here on the portal itself. Storage is obviously if you're going to use the USB devices for storage. You can also create a password for those, network sharing directly in here as well. This is where the admin password, where I can actually change the password to the actual thing. So obviously it's currently set up as password. We're going to change that right now. So obviously you might want to change this to a different password than your Wi-Fi, or if you'd like to have it the same and you're not worried about it, you can but change that from password. That's the one big thing I would definitely tell you to do. So I reset my password. This is where you can update. Obviously you can do this in the app as well. Parental controls, if you want to actually enable parental controls, things like that per device, you can do that in here as well. Currently I do not have anything set up, so I'm going to leave it off. Quality of service, you can actually change it so specific devices get priority, things like that. Time zone, you can change your time zone based on the region that you're in. So like in America, I'm in the Chicago area. Well, Chicago time zone. Support is where you can actually submit logs, things like that. So, and then down here, log out, and you can also change the language. If you have a preferred language, you can change those as well. So that is the gist of the web GUI for the portal. Obviously, you have to turn this on after you set it up through the app, so that's why app setup is kind of crucial. But then you can actually do a lot more setup within the web GUI that you cannot do through the app. So it's definitely something that I like to turn on because I like to be able to access certain things, especially creating static IP addresses for certain devices for routing purposes. So that said, we're going to go ahead now and actually go back to the app. And hopefully you see that. Let me back out a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and add in a second portal. So we're going to hit the plus button. Add a new portal network. That's exactly what we're going to do. So what we have to do is connect the second portal to the first portal. So on the second portal, the wide area network port, which I have the second one right here for us. The wide area network port, which is the same one that we connected to the modem on the first one. We're going to connect that wide area network to one of the local area network ports on the primary portal. So we need to power this up, and we have to have this wide area network connected to one of the LAN connections at the primary router. Here's where the sticker is. Do not, when you're doing this specific setup, we do not want to connect the wide area network port to a switch that is connected to a local area network on the main router. It will not work. You have to connect the wide area network port here directly to the local area network port on the main portal. I understand that it probably doesn't sound right, but it does, and it does not work if you do it that way. So make sure you have this wide area network port connected directly with an Ethernet cable to one of the actual 4 ports on the back of the main router. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to head back over and we're going to do that port right there. Okay, so I have this wide area network port right here, this Ethernet. This Ethernet plug goes directly up to the main portal and plugs in. Well, I have it in a LAN connection 4 up there, but it doesn't matter. As long as we're in one of the LAN connections on the main router, we're good to go. Then I have the power cord plugged in right down here. And just like before, starts out with the kind of a deep blue, and it should go red. There we go. Now we just wait for that to go green, just like we did the first time. The second portal is green. Everything's still connected. We leave it like it is. Let's go to the setup. All right, we're back over here. We have it connected. Plug in and turn on. It's good. Locating the second portal, it's going to do exactly like it did the first time. Has to go out there, look at it, see if it can actually find it, so it can actually set it up. Once it does that, it'll say it's connecting here in a moment. Unless you have an issue of some kind, I guess. Portal found, so now it's checking the software. This is where it could take several minutes. If it finds the software is not up to date, as the first one is actually connected to the internet already, it may have to do a big update there, but now it's adding to the network. This can also take a few minutes. So this setup can take several minutes depending on if it has to update, but now it's going to have to get all the connections to it. It'll restart the portal and then we'll be good to go. I'll be right back. Okay, so now it's connected and done. You can remove the Ethernet cable and move your portal to another room, which is what I will do here in a moment. But you can see there we have them connected. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug it, and we're going to take it to a different room so we can verify. Now, I will be honest, this is not the final location of where I place it, because I do a wired setup. This time I'm going to do a wireless. So I'm going to go ahead and just come here. I'm just going to go ahead and plug power in. We're going to place it there, and we're going to actually wait for it to boot back up and then go green again. All right, second portal now is green, and we'll go back to the app just to verify. Now we will try to see if we can't get this to reconnect, make sure it's connecting properly. But yes, we do have 2 of them on there. Everything looks good. No guests are connected, and that's how everything looks. So obviously, we already showed you how you can do. Whenever you have it in a mesh system like this, everything is going to go off whatever we had set up, and so we can go back to the web GUI if we'd like to verify all the setup. But we've already gone through it once. So that was set up, at least on iOS. It's going to be the same basically on Android as well. The app works good and is fairly easy to operate. So I want to say thank you very much to the guys over at the Portal crew at Ignition Design Suit Labs to sending these over to me to show you guys and do all these videos on. And if you've watched the review, please, if you haven't watched the review, please do. I'm going to post a link to it down below and put a card up here where you can watch the actual review that I did on my Tech Gooch channel, where all the reviews are done. It is a very solid product. It is awesome, and I can't stress how awesome it really is. So that said, guys, thanks for watching the setup video here. I hope I went through everything fairly well and fairly thoroughly. Of course, I am human, so things can happen. But that said, if you have any questions, please post those below. Subscribe to the channel. Please share this video so people can find it and how to set up the system, or if they're interested in looking at the system to purchase. I will put a link where you can purchase the Portal as well as directly to the Portal website, where if you had any questions directly for them, or if you want to see what all the details and specs on them, you can go through there as well. It's a little bit faster than just going through like Amazon. So that said, guys, we'll catch you on a future setup video. We'll see you soon.